So following on from the previous two videos, we got to this stage here. We got to this stage here where we needed to integrate this, and we needed to integrate this. Or to integrate this, it will then give you this. We got to this stage here in the previous video. So if you integrate this, it will give you this. Integrate this, it will then give you this. Remember, we're integrating from a to 0. So we're integrating from a to 0, and then from 0 to b, and then from 0 to b. So now it's just a matter of us putting this into here. So that will be e to the power of 0. Well, e to the power of 0 is 1. So when you put this into here, e to the power of 0 is 1. And then put this into here, that will be e to the power of a, e to the power of a. So this bit is this bit here, and then now we need to put this into here. So that will be e to the power of b here, and then put this into here. That will then be 1. So now this thing here, arctan of 1. Well, arctan of 1 is really huge. Well, whenever you see arctan of 1, think of a triangle with 45 degrees, where this is 1 and this is 1. So remember, all the way around here would be pi. This here would be a half pi. This here would be pi over 4. Well, arctan of 1 is actually pi over 4. Think about it. And then this bit here is also pi over 4. So these two they cancel each other out. Okay. And then you've got a minus here and a plus here. I'm just going to switch these two around. I'm just going to switch these two around. So it looks slightly neater. That's all. So let's put this here in front, and then you've got your minus here, and then put this over here. Okay, so it looks like this. So now we are here. So remember, we're integrating from a to b. So now let a tend to negative infinity, and let b tends to positive infinity. Remember, our graph looks something like this, where we're doing it from a to 0. So that's and then from 0 all the way to b. And now we need to let a tend to negative infinity. So we need to let a tend to negative infinity, and then now let b tend to positive infinity. So let b move towards positive infinity. So now the minute we allow a to head towards negative infinity and b to head towards positive infinity, we no longer are integrating from a to b. We are integrating from negative infinity to positive infinity. So the minute we allow this thing here will then become this, and then now we've got to take the limit as b tends to positive infinity, and then take the limit as a tends to negative infinity. So that will then take us to here. And then if you look at this here, hang on, if you look at the graph e to the power of x, e to the power of x looks like this. As b heads towards positive infinity, this thing here is going to be very, very big. This thing here is going to be very, very big. Now if you look at the arctan graph, the arctan graph looks like this. Will look like this, and then this bit here is pi over 2. This bit here is pi over 2. So as this thing here gets very, very big, you can see the limit is heading towards pi over 2. So this thing here will be pi over 2. Will be pi over 2. Now look at this bit here. So if you look at this bit, e to the power of x looks like this. Hang on, e to the power of x looks something like this. Now as a tends towards negative infinity, so a heading towards negative infinity, you're actually heading towards 0. So this thing here is going to be 0, and then arctan of 0. Well, if you look at the arctan graph, it will look, well, arctan of 0 is 0. So this thing here is going to be 0. So the area is actually pi over 2. So the area of this thing here, the whole area here, or from negative infinity to positive infinity, it is actually pi over 2. It is actually pi over 2. It's quite strange in that you start out with something, you start out with e to the power of x, and then this thing here is something like this, but then all of a sudden you get pi, the result contains pi. The result contains pi. It's kind of strange, but this area here is it is pi over 2 from negative infinity to positive infinity. Okay.